Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying, get on board. We're soaring on top of the
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. We are sitting in Marco Island, Florida, just south of Naples, maybe even part of Naples. Never been down to that part of Florida, but we're going to be flying to Charleston, South Carolina. To be specific, Charleston Executive Airport, kind of south and west of the city, a little bit down the coast. So, ought to be a fun flight, little executive flight here using the default Cessna Citation 10 that comes with X-Plane 12. Beautiful plane. A couple of updates have occurred since it originally came out. The big being the Citation FMC. There's still some things I wish could be added. Probably a developer that knows how to do those things, like adding an INS and stuff like that. But overall, fantastic model. And today we're going to fly. Actually, our call sign's going to be 750 X-ray Pop. However, you can see we have a slightly different livery on the aircraft. So without further ado, let's get going and get this plane up in the air. It's not a very long flight. And folks, when you start talking long flights and then you bring the Citation 10 into the mix, those longer flights you think they are become shorter because this plane can, not rated, but can go faster than the speed of sound. It's a very light aircraft with two very big engines on it, and crews have to really watch themselves. Aircraft is not certified for Mach speed, so they are not supposed to take it past the sound barrier. So, kind of a little bit of a working man's airplane, even though it kind of resembles the rest. So you'll see that here as we crawl up in the cockpit. But first, let's get a quick look at the girl, see what she looks like. Like I said, the biggest feature on this plane, your eyes are drawn to those gigantic engines on this little corporate plane. One of those could probably power this, but yet they gave it two. For probably dependability. beautiful Model X plane did with this, and just remarkable what they've done. So, but if you watch some real world Citation 10 movies, you'll see those little things would be neat to have. So, there's a couple things on the aircraft that would be also nice to have. Didn't expect to go outside the fence. Oops. So, but anyway, again, you just see how those just engines take your eyes right to it. So, very sleek, very fast. It is the fastest general aviation aircraft out there for now. Now, there is talk of supersonic general aviation and Concorde-esque type aircraft returning. We'll see. There's the biggest problem with those kinds of aircraft, folks, is cost versus return on cost. Meaning, can you put enough passengers in there to pay the bill? Now, granted, you'll have people who are able, to come aboard, but do you have enough? Meaning, let me take the Concorde, 120 seats. That's limiting, folks. Now, back in the day, to be able to fly from Paris to New York or Washington, D.C. in 3 hours, phenomenal, right? Well, at a cost, folks, round trip, I heard anywhere from 6,000 and up per person. Ouch. Now that rules out most people going to Europe on the Concorde or coming from Europe. At the same time, Boeing had the 747 out there doing the same job, not as fast, but with 400 seats available. What the cost, like, slashed in well over half, folks. It was only like $400 or $500 a head. What's more affordable and what's easier to fill? That's the problem the Concorde faced. Don't get me wrong, folks. Technologically advanced aircraft just like this is, but boy, the cost to operate. Whew, throw in some of the bad stuff that happened with it. But anyway, yeah. So hopefully they're able to get that cost to operate affordable for airlines and you and I. All right, well, today money's no object. Obviously, we're going to crawl on up here and see what's in here. Let me go ahead first, shoot you back to the, the money end of the plane, where those high dollar people sit. Now, granted, this is kind of more like an airline-ish, if you will, setup. As you can see, you just have 6 seats, set up in here. Now, granted, this plane, I think, is capable of 10. So I'm assuming there could be like couch put in here. Who knows how they would make it, but yeah. Again, you see how you're gonna have to have money to have this plane. But there are people that truly, as Top Gun said, feel the need for speed. And that's what this aircraft delivers. And boy, can they deck this plane out. So I've seen it several times. Lately, I've heard rumors are very hard to find, but I can go on FlightAware anytime and see them. But I've heard a rumor they're not made anymore. Or if they are, they're made with smaller engines in the back. But anyway, a beautiful plane for us to fly today, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so as we're coming out of the break here, what a way to stall, huh? Let's go to Sim Toolkit and do our takeoff brief here and pre-brief. You know we do this every flight, folks. All right, so there we have it. Sim Toolkit's up here. You know what? I'm actually going to make it a little bigger over here. Stand by. Okay, that might be a little better. Better on the eyeballs. All right, we'll go with that for a while until I hear complaints. All right, so if we were to fly VATSIM, which we are not, we're flying POSCON today. We are in preparation, by the way. This aircraft will fly Saturday night. Um, it's going to be in the, hang on a second, I'm getting the name of the event here. Well, actually, is there a name? The KHPN Flying. Now, I made mention of that on the Discord channel. That's what we're going to be doing. That event is on May the 4th. Be with you. May 4th, 2024, if you get the hint, to those of you that know Star Wars, from 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, KHPN is, I believe, called Worcester. Getting Sky Vector. Well, you know what? We got Sky Vector right in front of us. Hang on a second. KHPN. And we'll zero in. I believe I saw it, but let's one more time zero in on it. There it is. All right, it is called White Plains, Worcester, Connecticut Airport. Yeah, I know you don't see the Worcester, but I believe it's called Worcester, Westchester, Westchester, Connecticut. Oh, I'm going to get hate mail for sure on that. White Plains, Westchester County Airport. A lot of big names, folks, like Teterboro, have their planes in New York City parked there. And I do mean some big names. I am not, oh no, I know one for sure that has theirs there, and I'll keep her name, and that's as close as you're going to get. Keeps her plane there. But a lot do. There's actually some scheduled flights now in there. Avalo, I believe, is the airline. Possibly Allegiant. I haven't looked over at their flight schedules, but yeah. So there are actually some scheduled airline service in there now. So, but that's where we're headed. Here, let me go the better map. Let's try the TC. No, that one didn't work out well. That did. All right, so you can kind of get an idea. Here's the big three of New York City. Up here is Westchester County, White Plains Airport. So, ought to be a fun time. Again, that is this Saturday, May the 4th. Be with you on May 4th, 2024, 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. We're going to try to fire the stream up no later than 6 o'clock Central Time so that we can make it in there on time. So, from Charleston. So, hope y'all enjoy, and I hope to see you all. Just giving you a little plug and a little bit of what is to come this week. Now, last week I made mention we may only schedule one flight. Well, I went ahead and put three or four flights out this week. Hopefully we'll be able to make them all. If not, we'll give you plenty of notice, so y'all know that. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get into the pre-flight, shall we? Load out today, 6 people, 1,380 pounds, 330 pounds of cargo. Here's our route: Seychelles 6 to Orlando, Deucin to the Quebec 87 Airway to Vayep to Savannah, onto the Baggy 3 arrival. Currently, we're looking at runway 27 there, so that may be an RNAV. We'll kind of see as we go along. And folks, the other great thing about corporate life flying, 45,000 feet. You heard it, that's where we're flying. All right, weather, real quick, here, 240 at 9, gusts to 15, 10 miles of visibility. They say it's clear out there, and I see clouds. But we'll kind of see how that plays out. A balmy 30 degrees down here, folks. It's 86 degrees. What do you expect in Florida? You expect it to actually be 30 degrees Fahrenheit? No. Boy, if it isn't. Folks, when that happens, and I got to see it now, it wasn't that extreme. I got to see it once in the truck. Not a pretty sight when it gets down into the 60s Fahrenheit degrees, and I don't know what that translates. Thinking around low teens to 10 to 12, 13, somewhere in there. Oh, not a pretty sight to see. But anyway, we're at a balmy 86 degrees. I don't think they have their mucklucks on. So heading up to Charleston, we're looking at winds 190. That's why it's kind of dicey which runway we'll take right now. 27 is favored for 12-knot winds, and it's a balmy 84 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you that aren't on the Fahrenheit scale, 29 degrees Celsius. So pretty nice day. And the good thing here is this chart's kind of showing you how the wind is relating to your runway. So did you select a good runway? I think we did. Finally, we pre-filed. We're ready to get this thing up and online on POSCON. And you can see we do have some smattering of weather around us. Hey, folks, it's Florida. Rains almost every night there. So what do you expect? All right, so with all of that, folks, let's get rid of Sim Toolkit. Let's get ready to rumble. Sorry, had to go there. All right, so here we are, folks, cold and dark. All right, so we just did the takeoff brief. Looking over here, the gear lever is down. The circuit breakers, they're kind of smattered all over the place. There's a million of them there. Leave a million of them over here. Don't think we have any overhead, so hey, at least we're batting 1,000 there. All right, so let's kind of work our way down. Fuel boost switches. Okay, you're going to find those here. Let's make sure they're in the off position. The ignition is in the off position. It defaults to normal. All right, batteries 1 and 2 right here on. And for now, I am just going to stick us on external power. Just so we don't burn too much fuel. I want to get this going, but yet I don't want to get it going too much. Okay, avionics ECAS. Go ahead and switch that on. And let her do her thing. That's because I need to come up here and go click and click. Now you're going, why aren't the screens on? Well, because this switch isn't on yet. However, standby power coming on. Okay, we'll head over to the co-pilot side, click the hydraulics A on, get the nav lights on, and the tail flood, because we like to advertise, hey, we're not an airline. All right, and from here, now, for this part of the flight, I'm going to go ahead, turn on the, what do they call this? The avionics power switch. Now, once we're finished building the flight plan, getting everything set up, we'll turn it off, get the APU on, and follow the checklist. But for now, why burn it when we can go on external power? All right, speaking of the radio. All right, so 123.450, that is the POSCON Unicom channel. Stand by. Where did I put that? Where did I put it? Oh, that's right. That's over here. Okay. All right. So CTAF here is 122.7. So let's just get that set up. Okay, for now, we don't have anything as of yet, so we'll go to Standby. And then we'll come down here, go up to 40. All right, looking it over, looks good for now. I'm also going to come up here and release XPilot from TCAS control. All right, let's go ahead and log into POSCON. Okay, we are now online. Let me get the all right, so we got to get online here. This part I'm just going to do a May on the flight. Oh, dang it, I did it wrong. Okay, send. Waiting for the return. Okay, it says I didn't put the right one in there. EJA 572. There we go. Don't know what I did wrong there, folks. Obviously, it was operator error. Now we're just getting our clearance sent to us. All by CPDLC. And that's internal to POSCON. 1462 will go. All right, we'll pull this up one more time. Okay. All right, and that is set to go. All right, so with that ready, now let's get up here and get the FMC ready. All right. First, we'll do the pause it, and all it is, folks, take the GPS. Load. Flight plan. Now, I have a flight plan already. All right, now we're not going to depart 35. Going to depart 17 Seychelles, ORL, activate. Next. All right, let's go ahead while we're here. Hang on a second, I want to just add something in. There we go. Charts. Okay, now I do have it set up for the end of the flight. Let's come back to Seychelles, make sure we got everything right. So it should have gone Seychelles, Juno, Pullock, ORL. So Seychelles, Pullock, and you're just hitting next, folks, ORL. And then Dulick, or Dusen, sorry, Avenpi, Femam, Vayap, and Savannah. We'll work on this portion here in a second. So Dusen, Avenpi, next, Femam, Vayap, Savannah. Perfect. Next. Okay, so we need to go ahead, go to nav, get our flight set up to runway 27, RNAV. Where's Basso? Hang on a second. That's a new one. Approach. And let's see it. Where's Basso? Oh, coming. Hang on. I'm going to do something here off screen here real quick. Try and figure out where in the heck is this? All right, hang on, folks. Let me get up here to the airport. Might have to go low. And I'm going to just bring it over to Savannah real quick. So I can see. Ah, so it's coming up. Victor 1 would be there. Okay, so no, we're not doing Basso or Charleston. We'll just 276 to JEDG. Okay, and all right, so we'll just kind of wing it. Okay, and we'll worry about this in a second. All right, so folks, let's get back to our flight plan, double check it again. Okay, we got to Savannah. One. Oh, wait a minute, why are we still missing it? Did I not put, I didn't put the arrival in, folks, that's why. And activate. Now let's see how it looks. See, that's why you want to check these things, folks. Imam Wayap there. There we go, Drew. Baggy, D. Deenan, Jazzin, and then we do our. We'll figure this out as we get there. Okay, and then next. Silva. Okay, yep, and all of those are there. Good deal. In case we have a missed approach, we go to Riley. All right, so that is in there correctly. Now, after this, we got the flight plan. We can go to our perfect. All right, initial cruise. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. If you know the cruise winds, you can put them in. I'm not doing it. Next page. Fuel. And as we saw, our fuel for this flight is 5586, which matches. Confirm. All right, so now we'll go through the perf data. Takeoff page. Dry or wet. Next, are we going to go 15 degrees or 5 degrees? I'm going to keep it 15. We are only taking off, folks, on a 5,000 foot runway, so I want to make sure we're going to be fine for that. And then finally, confirm. All looks good. Next, there's our V speeds. Now, if you build this flight plan manually by hand instead of, saving it like I did, two things one thing for sure, make sure when you're going through, you're putting in all your fixes, or yeah, you'll have to put your fixes in because you can't do airways. Don't know why, but you can't. But two things. One, you got to put the destination in, and at the end of all of those fixes, put it in again. Otherwise, you won't be able to put in your arrival information. That's right. You'll be flying blind. Now, when we get there, we'll be able to see what the approach and what the landing speeds are. If we didn't do that, we would not be able to figure that out, folks, very easily. We just have to, as long as the plane's flying, we're doing okay, even though it's at Mach 900 million. No, just kidding. So, but anyway, just wanted to throw that out there, folks. All right, we'll get this recentered. Now, I did want to come back here, revisit this. All right, there we go. Now we got that right. And I'm going to go ahead and put in our approach, which is going to be the RNAV. And here it shows you where things are. I'm just going to do from final. So, and all that's going to do is just loop us right in, which is what I kind of want to do here. All right, let me get rid of charts. Matt, 1997, hello, sir. Little different atmosphere today. We're going corporate. And a high-speed corporate at that. All right, as promised, we are going to now switch over and bring the APU online. So let's head over here. It's a lot easier when you're close to being able to see, read, and understand what we're clicking. All right, so first thing we need to do is bounce back over here. Hang on. Turn the avionics off. Then come back. Just in case something happens, folks, we have it set up. We'll go to the generator. Got to turn that on first. Master switch. Okay, and let's start. There she goes. Now, the actual gauge for the APU generators here, unfortunately, I really would love for that to work like I've seen in several videos for this plane, but it doesn't. So, it works to show you you're in the green, but that's about it. Okay, and let's get the bleed on. Start. Well, we can leave these off for now. All right, now we can come back, kick the power on. Okay, external power off. And we'll get the emergency lights armed. Okay, we got the radio set, the autopilot. All we got to do here to set up is our runway for departure, which we've set as 17. heading of 170. Now, one of my pet peeves with these corporate planes, but nicety that X-Plane at least gave us a pop-up window, is having to come down here to set it. Because you're way down here, your gauge is up here, and the world is out ahead of you, and you don't get your eyeballs on it. Kind of, little, it doesn't seem right to me. But that's how this plane is. Again, we're going to 45,000. All right, and that's good. I'm going to push that away, bring the radios in. We do have Naples at 10. It's actually called Cyprus, but it's at Naples Airport. And it is 108.6. Okay. All right, so we are ready to go, folks. The V speeds are in. Let's do our warning test that it meant. Okay. Tests complete. V speeds are set. And hydraulic page. Hydraulics look good. All right, so startup. Here we go. Passengers have just arrived. Door is locked. Seatbelt signs on. Ground recognition lights so people know to get away from the plane. Those big engines are about ready to suck you in. Brakes are set. Chocks removed. Throttles in the cutoff position. Now, this is an interesting animal, folks. Most corporate are like this, and most fighters, where you have to pull up, push your power forward to throttle up. The problem I run into is I can't do them independently. So if you've got one of those Bravo throttles, you're way ahead of me, and you could just move them that way. I will bring them both up. Okay. Speed brake is full forward, or as I like to say, speed brakes down, flaps. Flaps are right here. They're up, and they will show here. And now, fuel boost switches go to on, up. Environmental packs, off. Okay, and folks, we are ready to crank them up. Let me first, all right, so I want this one on perf, takeoff, this one on flight plan. Why I do this way, when I make that turn heading for Seashell, we go direct. All right, so here we go. Should I say clear prop? Yeah, no, I don't think I need to. Hang on a second. What's all these reds? Just to be safe, gens off. Oil pressure. Yep, engines aren't running. All right, very simple plane to start. Very simple. All you do. Oh, why does this? That's why. I thought I had the bleed on. Hang on. What is missing? Oh. You got to turn an ignition source on. So your ignition to normal, then start. There it goes. I did this a couple days ago. Okay. And like I said, because I can't get them to work independently. They say you click on the ends, they should move independently. For some reason, mine says, not a chance. You know where. Okay, while we wait on this, I am going to go ahead, get my altimeter setting. $29.97. Nice thing about being able to blow it up. All right, engines up, ignition off. All right, $29.97. All right, let's get number 1 going. Don't forget, folks, we got to do this first, then this. There she goes. And she'll automatically, because it's already set to go. Just about spooled up. All right. So now we will environmental packs. Oh, wait, ignition off. My bad. Now head over here. He packs on. Okay, after start engine gauges. Let's check them. All looking green. Oil temperatures will come together here shortly, but everything looks good and green. Okay, generators. And aux pump off. I'm bringing the bleeds on early so that we can shut the EPU down. All right, passenger oxygen looks good. And got the pressure set properly. Center and left wing transfers. Those are our yellow idiot lights here. Go to on. Actually, I think we go to. Okay. And finally, cabin pressure set, taxi instructions, bearing or VOR will leave as is. Weather radar up and ready. Oh yeah, we can set this. All right, so what I want to do, go to MFD, click, click. We'll keep that one on traffic. This side, click, 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 terrain. The other thing we can do, set our range. You can see the rain just to our south, about 40 miles or so. Over here, we'll set it up too. And you can see our routing here. Finally, I want to set our minimums, 400 here. And then we got our V1 at 115. And what do we got? V1, 115, 117, rotate, 129. We're giddy up and go. All right, so pre-takeoff, since the runway's right there in front of us, we'll go taxiway lights. How about some pitot heat, window heat. Flaps 15. You have your flaps set here, but you can also see them as they go down here, kind of like the MD-11. And let's set our trim to 5. By the way, your trim also shows up here. See how it's nice for us? Okay, trim set, no takeoff. Parking brakes on, electrics look good, hydraulics, fuel, all looks good. We're ready to go, folks. And again, here, you can set things differently by how things are set here. All right, folks, sorry about that. Look at it as a quick break. Oh, we almost did it, folks. Almost left without starting ACARS. We'll get that here, and then we'll get taxiing. And I'm pretty sure this is probably one of the quicker starts we've done in a while. Hey, Hawker, welcome in. Welcome in. Oh. Go, flights. And there we go. Fly. All right, we're ready to go, folks. Let me just check the timer here. How about that? We're 50 minutes in. That's actually pretty good for us. Let's double check the aircraft. Off we go. Brakes off. All right. 15 degrees flap is set. Taxi lights on. As soon as I get my cursor down there. And we are ready to go, folks. And it's a long taxi to 17. reverse check. Okay, they're deployed. And we'll do a quick spoiler check. I know, they get to do that too. Isn't that cool? Those pilots can get out of the plane and look. All right, let's do it, folks. But welcome in, Hawker. Hope you are having a great day. And we're getting ready to visit out of here. Marco, executive common traffic frequency. NetJets 572, departing runway 17, citation 10. All right, we'll see you in a few, Hawker. So as we get on the runway, we'll do everything. All right, let's finalize this. Let's get our strobes on. Recognition. All right, flaps are set, trim set, leads are on, APU is off, landing lights and strobe lights. All we need are the landing lights. Click and click. Supposedly, folks, if you click here and click here, that would move them to where you can move them independently. But it doesn't seem to work that way for me. Brakes are off. Here we go. Marco Executive Traffic Citation 10. NetJet 572 rolling. B1, rotate. Gear up. .400 feet, making our turn. Kind of just follow the magenta now. Whoa, we didn't do a, hang on. It's gonna get a little wobble, There we go. Forgot to do a, okay, let's go autopilot, heading. As you can see, she will motor scooter out of here, folks. Okay, just want to see what we're set at. Let's get one notch up. All right, let's go ahead, make us a nice left-hand turn. Or a right-hand turn. Let's go to 270. Be careful not to click center. And also watch your speed. And we're going to go ahead, kick it back now to the north. Okay, folks, I just clicked FMC. Now, that does not immediately put it on track. We need to assign it to where we're going. So we'll just go direct, C shell. There is no execute. Nav. Makes sense when you think about it. Okay, there's 10,000. All right, folks, we're airborne. Let's get those lights off. Not bad. We just put the engine sync on. If I can just keep my mouse away from it long enough. And let's ease up at about 320 in our climb. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the nose up. Welcome to flying the fastest corporate jet out there. While it looks small here, folks, you see this thing in the real world, it's actually got a little bit of size to it. Again, one thing I try to do, I miss it quite a bit, is keep that heading cue centered, so that way if I run into an FMC issue, boom, take it into nav, heading, and figure out what the heck just happened. All right, folks, we're on our way. Hope you enjoy the ride. And again, thanks for being a part of Flying with Mike. It is much appreciated, and hope you all enjoy a little different in flying. All right, we're through 18,000, so that means we passed transition. I'm going to go to the perf page. I'm going to actually go here, put this one on progress. That way we're on our way and watching stuff. We'll take a look at our arrival here shortly. Just to give you a little bit of what we're doing. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so there's our departure, where we are in relation. So as you can see, we're headed to Seychelles. Then we're going to head up to Juneau, Pulak, and over to Orlando. As you can tell, the weather seems pretty decent. We're not getting many returns here. And obviously, we don't have any big hills or mountains in the state of Florida, so. But again, the big reason we're bringing this plane out is we're trying to get used to it, get ready, because Saturday this week, our estimated start time is around 6 o'clock Central Time. So ballparking it at about 2300 Zulu. And I am really going to try to make that mark. We're going to take off for White Plains, New York, Kilo Hotel, Papa November. There's a virtual USA Flying Club. It's a big general aviation group, folks. They got that I am part of. They are coming together at KHPN White Plains Airport, and we're going to try and bring the big girl in on May the Force Be With You Day. Or as it's normally said, May the 4th be with you. All right, and just so you can see, we're about 24 miles from Seychelles, and then we'll be on to the route. Again, thank you to Matt 1997 Air and Hawker 125 for being a part of the stream. All right, folks, just doing a couple things behind the screen here. Just getting screens reoriented to take on the daunting task here. All right, so being a corporate jet, I am a bad pilot. Forgot to turn off the seatbelt signs. We'll keep the passenger signs on only as a nice reminder, and fuel boost to normal. As you can see, I didn't keep up with my speed. It's a little low, and I just want to take a look, make sure I didn't leave anything out to dirty the speed up. But again, we welcome you all aboard and hope you enjoy the flight. This is, again, X-Plane 12, default citation 10. Service, Charleston Executive Airport, South Carolina. All right, I want to thank our subscribers, especially Nerd with Wings. Last flight gave out 5 community subs. We sure appreciate that. By the way, Nerd with Wings is the original Godspeed. So thank you so much. God bless you, sir. We really appreciate it. We're trying to do a couple of things here for the stream. Looking into, well, just trying a little bit of slight brand changes to it overall. Probably won't be noticed by much, but we're trying. And with your help, subscribers, we sure appreciate y'all. Thank you. And hope you enjoy the ad-free viewing, which is what we're in right now, as we continue our flight. So thank you so much. We're also kind of looking at new things to add as well in the hangar or the scenery department. So that helps too. So thank you. And as we come out of the break, I want to also thank our followers for just hanging in there with us these 3.5 years. Oh, we really can't do it without you folks. We really, otherwise I'd be talking to nobody out here, which, well, you know, sometimes people wonder who I am talking to when I'm not on stream. So, you never know. All right, so we're still struggling with speed. So let's go ahead, get her down to 500 feet a minute, see if them big old engines start getting us some power. So, but we really do appreciate all of you. I mean, it's tough without you, and we sure appreciate you. It's very humbling as well. So, all right, we are currently 50 minutes out of Charleston, and we'll be bringing the Citation 10 in. Just starting to regain some of our speed here, folks. Couple of things I wish worked better, and that is the VNAV button on here. It doesn't seem to do VNAV, but yet I don't really see any way to set speeds and all in here. So, but this is default, folks. This is not an added mod or any purchased item. This comes with X-Plane 12. So when you buy the simulator, you get this aircraft with it. And it's kind of a fun little plane to fly sometimes. Just a little learning curve with it, as with mini planes. But overall, hang on, she sounds really loud. There, much better. But really, it doesn't take long to get used to it. And as long as you keep up with it, believe me, folks, when I say keep up with it cruises at 0.90 and can go faster. Matter of fact, it can go faster than the speed of sound. With those big engines, what would you expect? But it's not certified for flight above the speed of sound. So pilots have to be really disciplined to keep it in check. So, and we're going to try and put it in cruise power here in a minute once we regain and get our 0.90 and go from there. So, but again, thank you all for being a part of Flying with Mike. You're what make Flying with Mike move along. So thank you. All right, we should be making the turn here to head towards Mickey World and Orlando. Okay, we're just crossing 0.81. Now, folks, over here, I could turn this on, and I think it limits my bank angle. I'm going to go ahead and engage it. Oh, that's our trim. And there we go. We're at 747 400 speeds of 0.85 as we push on for 0.90. And like Airbus, like most corporate aircraft, you see how you have the notches for your different speed settings. So same with corporate. So when you pull them back, they stop at idle. These they look like knuckle. You put your hands in them, you pull them up, and then you take them back to shut down. Many fighters shut down the same way, folks. So, all right, so we are just about to 0.90, and that's when the fun gets in this plane. Trying to hold it. All right, here we go. So as you can see, technically the cruise notch is a little further back. So, but we're showing cruise right here on the eCam, and we're holding speed pretty good. So we'll take it. So again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Hey folks, if you're new to the channel, and you like the content, we'd love for you to smash that follow button. That way, you can keep up with us. When we go live, you'll get an email letting you know when we're going to cough and when we're not. No, just kidding. Where we're headed. So really would love for you to hit that follow button. If you're over watching us on the YouTube feed we have, you can just simply hit subscribe there, and it does the same thing. However, it's when we release a new video. In YouTube, you can find us right here. Click that enormously long link and it'll get you over to our channel. We try to put every video up there, folks. Just the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, there are some ugly landings I've done and some ugly flights where the plane burst into flames. We haven't flown that one in a while. We may need to go revisit that plane. I like to call it Sparky. So, all right, folks, well, enjoy. We're about 20 miles out of Orlando, and we'll make that turn headed northeasterly towards Savannah. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Needed a quick run to the restroom. All right, so we're actually getting pretty close here to top of descent. So hang on, let me punch this up. And again, all you do is push right here, folks, and that will center it. All right, so let's get into this arrival real quick. You saw it earlier, but now let's dig. All right, first off, the Weather Observation Service, level 3. There's your frequency for it. Airport elevation, that's all depending which one you're going to. We're going here, it's 19 feet. This requires RNAV1, DMEs, IRUs, or a GPS. So radar is also required. Monitor ATIS for runway in use. Expect a runway assignment from Charleston Approach on your initial contact. Okay, pretty simple, standard stuff. This is good for all of the runways, except for runway 4 would be 22. So 4, 9, and 27. Basically, we need to be at Drew at 11,000. So what I do, okay, we're at 45,000. So just drop the zeros, folks. So 45 minus 11 is going to give you 34. Times that by 3, it's like 102 miles. Add 10 or so miles. So 102 miles to that point. It's 37 miles to Savannah. And then, we get them here. So got 37 miles to Savannah. Then $55 miles to VYAP. And then, we're on the airway, so FEMOM is a little hard to get. 48 miles plus 8 equals, so somewhere between FEMOM and VYAP is where we'll do it. We're just now getting ready to come up to Oven P. So we've got a little playing room, but not much. So once we get in between here, we'll start our descent. Now you can start to see also on radar some returns coming in. So it's maybe good that we check the what the METAR is showing. Okay, right now 190 at 12. It's 4 minutes old. 10 miles visibility. Now they're calling clear. We'll see when we get there. 26 degrees Celsius, which, by the way, folks, those of you here in America, it's 79 degrees. Beautiful day in Charleston. And, oh, I lost it. Hang on. Bring it back. And 19 degrees. So it's a little humid. 2999 will be what we set for the altimeter. All right, let's go back to this now. All right, so now we know our top of descent. We got to be at or above Drew at 11,000, at or above Baggy at 7,000, at or above Dina 5,000, making Jason 3,000. Okay. And then from here, we're just going to fly basically a nice oval to intercept the RNAV into Charleston Executive, not Charleston, the Air Force Base / Charleston Airport International. Once we're on the ground, I'm assuming we're going to be pretty close to the end of the runway. A or B, we're coming off Alpha Bravo. Come down to Charlie, and we'll aim for here to park. Sound like a plan, folks? I think so. Alrighty, so let me pull charts away. Now they actually I just happened to pull up Sim Toolkit, folks. They are actually showing the top of descent after FIYAP. So kind of, like I said, we'll play this out by ear and see how it goes. Okay, we're in cruise. Again, pitot heats are on. Altimeter is set at the transition. Let's take a look at our cabin pressure real quick. Looking good. Everything's stable. Let's just cruise on. All right, folks, we are cruising along. Let's make sure we're not over speeding right at 0.89, 0.7. Let's just, so we're doing great. So nice little quick run here. Again, building up to Saturday, which will be a virtual USA fly-in to, hang on a second. It's virtual USA Flying Club. Like I said, it's one of the few that I'm sure there's more. Don't get me wrong. General aviation groups out there for you to join. And they fly in all the time, folks. Their events page is, well, right now they're up to 10 events on Discord you can go look at. But next event, Saturday night, coming up, folks. May the 4th be with you day. May 4th it starts, arrivals and / departures will start for the event at 8 o'clock there, last to 10 o'clock. Now, we ain't going to be able to do it all the way up to 10. My goal is to get there for the 8 o'clock Eastern kickoff, very close to that time frame. Get in there, say my hellos and goodbyes and all of that good fun stuff we do when we show up, and hopefully have an enjoyable flight in there. So, but anyway, that is this Saturday, folks. May the 4th be with you. We're going to plan to kick off at around 1800 Central Time and get there when we get there. So maybe a little earlier so we can try to get the wheels up by then so we can sequence in and have all the fun we can. So join us. Hey, while you're at it, find a general aviation plane. A lot of places to pick up from and go to, folks. Or fly the Citation 10. The more the merrier. Let's fill that ramp. Like I said, there are some very notable people who have Citation 10s at White Plains Airport. Is this up here? Oh, that's just the way the fix is. Okay. Like, what the heck? I thought it was an TCAS picking up an aircraft, so that would be really cool. Speaking of which, let's take a look here at our live map and see how we're doing. Well, looky there. There is actually a controller up in Atlanta. Won't be controlling us, but that is awesome to see. We're one of 2 aircraft in the air here on PosCon. The other one's over in Europe. So that's really cool. I've actually had Atlanta come up on me before. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we are now pushing towards our top of descent into Charleston Executive. Hope y'all are ready. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, you could take, say, New Orleans to New York City, pick your airport up there, and what you would normally do it in a 737 or an Airbus, this plane's going to surprise you at how quickly you get there. 0.90, folks. Think about that. You're normally at the 0.80, so it's picking up speed, plus you're up higher up into the wind. So if you've got that, if you got a better chance of a faster tailwind. So that's always interesting. All right, so let's first off. Oh, you know what I did, folks? I totally forgot to switch frequencies. Doggone it, I just realized that. Give me a second here. Whoop, wrong one. Let me get my flight briefing up. I think it's 122.95, but I think we can get away with a different frequency here. Hang on, getting over here to Charlotte. Let's see. Common traffic is 122.8. Okay, make sure we're monitoring guard. Okay. I didn't believe we forgot to switch frequencies. All right. And I think it's time to set 11,000 in box here. All right. Come in here. I say we start down. Oh, Lord, I went the wrong way, folks. Here's the tricky part, folks. Going down, it's very easy to pop it over speed of sound, so you got to really watch your speeds till you get under, say, 30,000. Then it's a little easier. Till then, enjoy. All right, we're starting down. 22.8. We'll tune in here momentarily. Savannah is 1595. And then over here, that'll work perfect. And Charleston, I think, is like 1350. Yeah. Oh, it's already tuned in. Okay. Now, let's take a look at our setup here. Bayap, Savannah. All right, so we're gonna have a discontinuity here. We'll take care of that as we head in. We'll kind of watch for it. Okay. Okay, coming through 39,000. And churns have seemed to dissipate. Sporadic is what we got out here. Just kind of some smattering of thunder showers out here, so that's cool. The main blob is in the peninsula of Florida, working its way towards the area. But again, thanks for flying with Mike today, folks. Truly, truly appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I believe we're taking the Queen of the Skies into the air. So, hope to see you then. If you're on YouTube, just look below in the About section. You'll see our flight schedule. Hey, you guys over at YouTube, all you got to do, click the YouTube link and you'll be on our channel. Click About, and you'll see our flight schedule. Or, maybe a little easier, head over to our Discord channel and look for us there. So, all right, folks, so here we go. All right. Again, thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike. Um, we are just about 30 miles out of Savannah, and we'll be starting the Baggy 3 arrival here shortly. All right, we are just about over Savannah. So, nice little short hop up to Charlietown. All right, I'm back with you folks. The grandchild was heading out of the house. I'm going to dial this down a little bit so we can get a better feel. We're still struggling for 11,000 there. Go ahead and pull our power back a little more. Maybe add in some speed brakes. All right. We're working our way in there, folks. And we're starting to get into the weather. So I hope y'all have had a pretty decent, let me make sure here, the day, Tuesday. Hope your work week all started off well yesterday, continuing today. And we're one day closer, folks, to the weekend. Also, just a heads up out there. Now, we love to do this, folks, to help keep you all in line. Mother's Day is next week. So don't forget them, folks. Oh, because they will not let you forget it. All right, folks. Okay, we're coming through the transition level. Just getting a quick read on our altimeter setting. 29er still. So again, I'm just going to do what I like to do and make it a lot easier to read our minimums for this approach. We didn't really go over much on that. Just so you know, we're 250 and 7/8 of a mile. So 250. And then we need at least 7/8 of a mile Rereading the METAR, 5 minutes old, 10 miles visibility, and clear. So we don't really have much to worry about if we can get in or not. All right, so we are at 255, which is good because we're closing in on our mark of 11,000. Next up, we need to be above, let's see, 7,000 at Baggy, 5,000 at Dina. While we're thinking about it, nav, arrival, landing. There's our speeds. 121 for the approach, 116 for touchdown. And 5 miles. We actually may level off, folks. Okay, we're going to cross Drew just prior to it at 11,000. And then we're going to begin our descents for Baggy and Dina. Okay, speed brake down. We'll reset for 7. And vertical speed. Okay, let's see how we do here. Okay, lights need to come back on. And seatbelts. Okay, I think I'm safe in setting 5,000. Okay, we just crossed Baggy. Gonna go ahead and steepen us up just a little. 5,000, okay. All right, folks, welcome in. Hopeful for those of you just now tuning in, we're about to set up for our approach into Charleston Executive. Hope y'all enjoy. Thank you for being a part of Flying with Mike, and really couldn't do this without y'all. Okay, as we level off here. Memory serves, I think it's like it's right over here. So let's see how we're doing speed-wise. Don't want to get too slow here. Now, those of you who are familiar with how do you arm, looking for any change, the speed brake, or is it not armable? Okay, I believe right there is the airport. So we're basically going to get pretty close to the bay out there to come in. So that's Charleston, by the way, right there, folks. All right, let's see how we're holding here. Get us just a little bit more power. Yep, that's our airport right there, folks. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start our descent to 3,000. So we can cross that at Jason. Okay. All right, we've leveled off. Here we go, folks, for the arrival. Hope you enjoy the landing. Here we go. All right, as we make the turn for this airport, we're going to descend to 2,100 feet and then down to 1,600 and then begin the approach. All right, I actually thought that was the peninsula for Charleston. I was way off, still a little ways away. Okay, coming across Jason, right on track. And of course, getting into a little rain. Okay, the big needle here is pointing to Charleston. So 135-ish is when we will be pretty close to our turn for the RNAV. Huh, didn't realize. That's Charleston right there. Huh, didn't know that. Nice and gentle. And we're looking at runway heading 74. And switching to the Unicom. Okay, folks. Ended up a little off our mark. I'm looking for a runway. Let's go flaps 5, gear down. Think that's the runway right there. Flaps 15, let's kick it down a notch. Flaps full, cleared to land. Charleston Executive Airport, NetJets 572, citation 10, approximately 5-mile final 427. Okay, flaps are full, gear is 3 green. Stable landing.
400. Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Executive traffic here at Charleston. NetJets 572 off 27 to parking. All right, folks. Again, as you heard, welcome. Not too awful. All right, just get this thing in here. After landing, taxi land and strobes are off. Fuel bumps off. Where are we at? Taxi. Sure, we. Yeah, we did. Okay. And of course, get that almighty APU started. Make this turn we do. Hey, APU starting up. All right, folks, again, welcome in. Just a short little taxi here, just past these aircraft parked along the side here. We'll be back in this nook back in here. But I hope you enjoyed. It was a nice short, nice fun little hop from Marco Island, a Charleston executive. And looks like we really did do a fairly decent landing. Make sure we don't have a trim setting to put this at. No, we do not. Nice little aircraft on display there for you. Aha, so that's what happened. Okay. I was wondering what happened to center lines. They just stopped here. Well, we're going to go on down to the terminal. All right, folks, I hope you all have grandiose plans for the week, other than just working. All right, we got the brakes set. Making sure they are. Okay, make sure we're not moving. All right, so with the APU on, let's go ahead. Okay, bleed airs are off on the engines. Center tanks are off. And here we go, folks. All right. Okay, that one worked. Let's give this one a, there they, see what I mean? It just doesn't always seem to work right. But we got them shutting down. That's all that matters. All right, again, hope you enjoyed it, folks. We got our, did I turn something else off that I shouldn't have? Hang on, let's check. No, I didn't. Okay. And with the engines off, we can turn the beacons off. And come over here, generators off. Okay, and there you go, folks. We are shut down in the gate, well, in the parking spot. Let's take a look outside and get that door open for them. There you go, folks. Welcome to Charleston Executive Airport, the other airport in the Charleston area that most corporate go to. Some will go to the international, but most will come here. So, hope you enjoyed that, folks. You know what it's time for. We're just getting y'all a nice shot of it here. There we go. All right, there you go. The Citation 10 X-Plane 12's default aircraft, one of many. Let's first off, let me check in with our airline we're flying with today, Mac Air. There we go. There's a link to them, folks. A great bunch of people. They fly a variety of aircraft. Your open division is pretty much airline. You got that's what you sign into, and then you request air or a historic, charter, or cargo, or all three. And that you can kind of figure historic aircraft if you have them. They have schedules for them. If you have cargo planes, they have schedules for them. And folks, not just one, but a whole plethora of cargo aircraft. And if you can't find one like I couldn't today, hey, charter division. You can fly the Citation 10, fly the Piper Cub, right in here. All right, looking at our ACARS system. By the way, Smart Cars 3. A lot of you don't know there is a new one out there. They're running under it. 96 feet a minute was logged. So, and it is pending. Good deal. Let's get the Sim Toolkit up here. That's the one we really, it's a great tool, folks, to help you learn what you're doing wrong. Metrically, you know, the replay feature in X-Plane will really help you. All right, so it's logged. New recorded 296 at 103 knots. Well, I can tell you where part of my problem was too slow. So that probably meant I flared early. Let's test it out, shall we? All right, so go up here to your flight, click on it. There's your flight. There's what we flew. It looks pretty decent. A little, you know, like I said, we didn't turn in exact, but hey, we ended up on the runway. Now, if this was instrument conditions, I don't know if we'd have hit the runway. But anyway, so here's our first. We did an hour and a half flight, hour and 20 minutes, 412 miles, 1,273 kilos of fuel. The landing actually albeit 296, we were pulling 2.3 Gs. Now that's interesting. We'll have to watch this in the replay. And 103 knots. Again, might be where some of this came from. So, this is why I like Sim Toolkit. It goes that next step. First off, we are 1,500 feet down the runway. That's a thumbs up. We'll get to where that actually plays out at. Just about 10 feet off the center line, and this runway, folks, 5,350 feet long, 100 feet wide. So, you got a little wiggle room on the center line. That's not bad. All right, coming in. Pitch, 8.6. Roll a little bit, trying to keep it on that center line. And as you can see, we already knew these metrics. But it gives you an idea how you did overall. Now, you're not supposed to land in here, but you are allowed to take off. So the landing point starts with that blue dot, which you won't see in the air, folks. Just letting you know. This is the threshold line. Then you've got the landing area. Now, if you notice, here's the PAPIs. Everything's gearing you right to that spot, okay? And then working your way down, you can see some more hashes. They're about 500 feet apart on precision runways. Okay, so we did really good. We came off here at Bravo, taxied down Charlie, and we're down in here. Let's actually see how they park them. Pretty interesting, huh? The bigger citations in the middle and the little itty bitty ones out here. Okay. Let's pull Sim Toolkit. And I'm going to get rid of the overlay. And let's set up and see if we're going to be able to rewind. Ah, dang it. Hang on. What that message was, folks, is basically it's saying I'm ghosted. Hang on, I'm going to probably hate myself for this. I'm going to come out of this. I'm up here. All right, so we're no longer ghosted, and I'm going to go ahead and log out. Bear with me a second. I want to verify. Okay, that's looking good. And that's looking good. Oh, it looks like Atlanta Tower is up. Wow, not center, tower now. Okay. Now, fingers crossed it'll let us do it again. Okay, good. Well, we're still not there. All right, we're going to go ahead, start it from here. Roll the volume back a little more. Okay, we're going to speed it up a little bit. But folks, you can do this from the beginning of your flight. You can do it midway. You can do the whole flight over again. It's not like what the other sims where you have to go get a download, install it. Once it's installed, folks, then that was me rocking to get the aircraft so it won't snap on me. Then you start it where you want to replay it from. Here, like I said, I can go all the way back to sitting on the ramp in Marco Island. No, we're not doing that. All right, so let's get in here. By the way, I believe I'm hand flying at this point, by the way it's wiggling around. We get over the water here, I'll slow it up. just see how we did on this. Yeah, we flared way early. Yeah, I guess 2 Gs is possible. And there's the mighty reverse thrust. Alright guys, get your cameras ready. We'll be in screenshot mode here. And it seems like it's in fast play, doesn't it? That, folks, is normal. Wow. We're only at 103. Let's take a look. We'll let it get. Watch how fast it gets in here. And I'm in normal mode. So I get my mouse away so you can see that. Let's take a look from passenger view. Yeah, that's a pretty good thud. Alright, I think the recorded feet per minute in Mac Air was after the bounce. But here we come on the other side. I would really love to know how to arm the speed brakes. Boy, it seems like we're coming in hot. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed the flight, folks. We're going to wrap things up here, folks. It's a nice, fun time here. I'm going to take us back to where we were. As we await our passengers to return. Folks, again, we will be flying Saturday. May the 4th be with you. May 4th. It's a cute play on Star Wars, folks. But anyway, we'll be flying somewhere between 1700, 1800. I plan to start the stream so that we can be in White Plains, New York by 1800. Tomorrow, we're going to take out the Queen of the Skies from Meridian, Mississippi to Barksdale Air Force Base. So, folks, I hope you all have a great night. Thanks for those of you that turned out Hawker and Matt 1997. We really appreciate you being here. And for everyone else who tuned in, we appreciate you. Don't forget to hit follow on the way out if you haven't done so already. YouTubers, smash that subscribe button. Folks, y'all have a great night. We're going to look for someone to hand this off to. Let's see who's out there. I'm backwards on my screen, so hang on. Let's see. Well, we only have the spy flight. I'm not sure what he's up to. Why not? We'll hand it over to him. Folks, you all have a great night. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.